2 seconds. Big guy just surprised us.
Okay.
I'm healing, so I feel really responsible.
Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. So, welcome everybody to D&D Blender. Uh, Still locked inside our homes, still on tabletop simulator. For today's game, we have a few. We have most of our players here. Some of us doing raids, some of us playing games, and others indisposed. So we have Roosh is currently in the campaign and performing a raid. We have Indy, who is here and fiddling with dice. We have Nissa, who is 100% here, I believe, and
Yep.
but with a fair bit of lag on her end. And unfortunately, Mendel is a bit unwell, so he will be taking a back seat for the preceding game. But in our last session, the group, for the most part, meandered around town preparing for the journey to the surface and getting everything prepared. Unfortunately, there towards the end, they were assailed by a giant clockwork beast that had come for a member of their party, namely Zaz. All of them incapacitated by this creature. Zaz surrendered and was teleported away. The group, without much else to do, decided to continue on with their journey to the best of their ability, hoping that they will be able to assist their missing comrade in the future through the rest of their journey. So everyone had mounted up in the robot beholder, with Stevie mounting on the top for around the back as he would. Everyone piled in. Both Nissa and Mendel were arguing over who gets to pilot it, but since he is not around currently, it looks like Nissa gets to. And you all pile in, you power the device up, and you begin your journey through the tunnel up to the surface. While you're traveling, is there anything anyone wishes to do or discuss?
Probably take some time to do some prayers, especially considering the things that.
Yes, of course, of course.
I'm concentrating on piloting the thing.
Okay, no worries. Indy, is there anything you wish to do?
I was just no.
Okay, right. Very good. Okay, making it up to the surface. It is a bit surprising to you, actually, because the last time you emerged onto the surface world, it was incredibly bright, but you find yourselves emerging up into the surface at the night time. You see the same familiar settings as you saw before, but you also see small pinpricks of light up into uh, the ceiling of this world, as it were, that look uh, similar to like the moss that you would see, like the phosphorescent moss and the different bugs that adhere to the cavern, the cavern roof. Trying to work out the word I was looking for there. However, these appear to be much further away than what you are used to. It is quite an awe-inspiring sight to you all.
Alright, I should probably say I just missed half of what you said because my headphones got pulled out. But I got the gist of it, yes.
Very good. You can rewatch the recording later. So, Nissa, can I get a perception check, please?
Yeah, one sec. Which one's that one?
Oh yeah, 18 on the dice. That's more than enough. Even you are still more than accustomed to the darkness, and you were able to find the strange snake-like tracks that were recognized earlier on, that are leading off in where you believe the what word am I looking for? The Forge of Fury and the mountains were.
Alright, well, I'll start following the track.
Okay. So you shift in and you begin to follow the snake trail. Okay, right. So this will be just so what we're going to be doing is going to be a few days travel if you guys are just going to be heading straight towards the forge. So I guess
I'm just that I'll swap with Mendel every now and then whenever I get tired.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna say, did you want to just do a rotation, or did you want to like stop and camp every now and then once you guys get tired, or what would you like to do?
I'm good with the rotation. It depends what everyone else wants to do.
Not much else to do.
Okay.
We'd be backseat drivers at that point.
Okay then. So those of you that are not driving, so Mandel and Nissa, can I get perception checks from both Indy and Roosh, please?
What did I roll?
You rolled a 5.
Well, I rolled an 18 plus 3 is 20. 21.
Push your button. They can't hear you.
Okay.
21.
Okay, cool.
A total of 7.
7. Okie dokie. Roosh, you do not notice anything on your watch. Indy, your watch comes as the sun begins to rise in the morning. What are you owing?
I just disconnected.
Mine was disconnected too.
Oh, okay.
Me 3.
Alrighty. You can still hear us, can't you, Leash?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, cool. You won't need to worry about doing anything, any interaction, just in the time being. Alright. Indy, using on your watch as you are perusing around, one thing you notice is almost on the horizon, there appears to be a small, I suppose you would call it a cloud, or a dust being kicked up that appears to be keeping pace with you off in the distance. You can't quite make out what it is, but it's like almost moving parallel to how you are moving. It's not there the whole time, but you sort of see like this dust sort of begins like making a trail, and then it just sort of stops, and then will pick up again and keeping up with you, but not overtaking you, way off in the distance.
Did anyone else see the dust that shows beside me on the distance?
Dust? Dust where?
It just comes and goes. I'm not surprised you haven't seen it.
Well, I have
It's just
seen this
beside
yet.
me.
Tim,
Hello?
would I have seen the dust being with my or is do I have to do another roll?
Your perception, because you're facing forward, you're not looking around. She's actually using the viewport, so you can, as she brings it up, you can make a perception check with advantage to spot what it is that she's pointing out to you. Natural one, or
Nope, don't see it at
but
all.
you get advantage. Roll again because she's pointing it out to you. Hey, 18 again. Yes, you do notice what it is that she is pointing out to you. Like, so as Mendel is driving, she gets you onto like the little periscope thing, and you notice there's like this trail of dust following off to the side, but then every now and then it'll just stop, and then it'll just continue to keep pace with you.
Well, that's slightly concerning. Anyone else feel like we're being followed?
Yeah. Mendel,
I mean,
I'll say, Mendel will go, well, I'm driving and looking forward, so I can't really tell if we are being followed.
I mean, it seems to be going the same direction as us.
No, do you want I should turn and head towards it, or should I just keep on going?
I don't know. What do you guys?
what does it look like?
Here, have a look.
Yeah. And all you see, it just looks like dust spitting up from the ground. You just see like a trail, but every now and then it has like a gap. But at the moment, you can see as you're moving, and you just see this dust trail off to, like, it's off in the distance, close to where the horizon is, but it appears to be like on a parallel course to what you're going.
Hmm. Are we making a lot of dust ourselves? Like, would we be really obvious to see?
You are kicking up dust, but not as much as what you would guess this thing is, because you're like you have the propulsion, but you're hovering, so it's mostly just from the air being blown out the back as you're propelling yourself. So there's a small amount of dust being produced by yourself, but there's a lot of dust being produced by whatever it is this thing is.
Let's try stopping for a minute or two, or 10, and see if it stops as well. If it keeps going, then it stops following.
Well, it keeps stopping every now and then itself, so maybe it would be a good idea to stop and actually see if we can get a good look at it.
All right then, I'll pull us over. And Mendel fiddles with the controls, and the beholder comes to a stop. And you see like dust whoosh, whips around the front of the machine as it stops, and then the dust clears, and you are stationary. Observing through the periscope again, you see the dust continue to move. It actually moves off into the distance, and then it stops as well.
I don't think it's following us.
And one thing you do notice, once it stops, there is like the brown dirt of the desert that you are in that has been being kicked up. But once it stops, you notice that it's even though it's stationary now, it's still giving off dust, but this is black.
Whatever it is, I think it's a bit gross.
Is it getting closer?
No, it went the other way.
Let's stay still and like play dead for a little bit, and then we can.
Well, it's giving off a pretty ugly black smoke, so I think we'd know pretty quickly if it started coming this way.
Smoke?
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, actually. Do you want to look?
Yeah, that sounds like a machine.
Yeah, so you have a look through the periscope, Roosh, and you can see where there's pointing it. It always looks like there's a small fire happening off in the distance. There's just like a plume of black smoke. And then as you're watching, you see the dust begin to kick up again, and it begins to move off.
Away from us?
Away from you, yes.
I think playing dead worked. It's moving away, whatever it is.
Well, that's good. Maybe we should continue then.
I'll give it a couple of little bit to go away, so we can. Oh god, I started the fight. Give it a minute to go away so it doesn't see us moving again.
It's like, yes, suddenly Roosh has to roll initiative in her own mind.
Yeah! What can I say? I always play a cleric.
Alright, no worries. So you give it a few minutes, and eventually you actually see the dust sort of just disappear, and you can't see it anymore. At which point Mendel fiddles with the controls and begins to move you guys off again. The day passes without incident, as does the night. So once Mendel finishes his shift on the controls, Nissa trades out, and you all continue your journey. Those of you that are so now for the next day, I'll get you guys to roll your watch checks, if I may, just regular perceptions, please.
Oh, I'm gonna need a minute.
I'll roll for
I'm
you.
just gonna roll. Yeah, roll for me and add 2.
Okay, no worries. Ooh, 12. So 13 for you. What did you get, Indy?
12 plus 2 is 14, Tim.
Sorry,
I rolled 24.
It was 11 plus 2. It was 13. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. What did you get? Sorry.
24.
24. And Indy, what do you got?
13.
13 for you. Okay. Keep forgetting to push your button.
Oh.
Okie dokie. So both Roosh and Indy fail to notice anything on their watches. Oh, here's the question: what order are you guys doing it in? I'm guessing it'd be Indy, Roosh, and then Nissa, since Nissa's doing the
Yeah, I'm
driving.
assuming I had to sleep after I had to drive.
Yeah. I was just thinking that'd probably be the most logical thing. All right, cool. So you two, so Indy and Roosh do not notice anything on their watches, although you are keeping a definite eye out for the dust clouds. They do not appear to have returned, and also on your watch for this day, Nissa. Nothing of note is brought to your attention. However, you are noticing off in the distance there is a very large mountain range that appears to stretch from horizon to horizon that you are slowly beginning to approach.
Are the others asleep at this point?
I don't know, it's up to them.
Resting in some sort of fashion.
Yes.
Well, then I'll wait till everyone wakes up or is paying attention to
That's okay.
point out.
So we'll just say the morning is beginning to come once more.
So question. Anyone know how we're going to get up that?
Mendel pipes up.
Well,
I think we can probably dig our way up with this device, or tunnel through whatever it is we need to.
I mean, we're hovering. Does that not mean we could just, go straight up?
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure of its capabilities, but I'm sure we have some means to get up there with this device. Unless anyone has a better idea.
now tunneling sounds good.
Very good.
Yeah, it might probably be a bit safer too.
That was my thinking. All right, tunneling it is. And he just goes back to driving. All right, so that was essentially the second day. Day 3, perception checks, everyone, please. Ooh.
I see nothing.
14.
14
Yeah.
for Indy and a 22 for Roosh.
Ooh, yay.
Roosh sees everything.
My eyes have opened.
It's like, your eyes have finally adjusted to the sun. You see, that's the problem. You're having to deal with the sunlight. Roosh, during your watch, your watch being somewhat round about the midday, you notice directly behind the beholder what appears to be several additional dust trails. You weren't able to notice it before because the small dust trails that the beholder itself was kicking up were obscuring it. But with that much of a roll, you're actually noticing now there is additional dust clouds pursuing you. They've been keeping themselves hidden by your own dust trail. And within them are small black plumes intermixed within them. So it appears that you are being followed.
Sorry, we all died and I'm just raising people and
It's all good.
we are being stealthily followed by bad guys.
Does this thing have weapons?
So yeah, it has weapons. Look, and you remember.
Didn't you read the instruction manual?
Who needs instructions?
It appears that you probably do.
Shut up.
Yes, they do not appear to be in range yet, Roosh, but they are. Again, they're keeping pace, and there's at least 3 smaller clouds chasing after you.
Looks like there's 3 things chasing us.
Who's driving at the moment? Is it me or Mendel?
Mendel's currently driving.
And there are separate controls for the guns, yes?
Correct. Yes, there are 6.
How far away are they?
Your guess, they'd probably be about 500 to 600 feet away. They're quite a way away.
How far away are the mountains?
Oh, they're at least 2 days more travel.
I mean, we could stop and see what they want, because we do have the guns.
Yeah, but what if they're bigger than we are?
What was that?
What if they are bigger than we are?
Are the dust clouds the same size as the other one?
They appear to be bigger, but they're also closer, so it's difficult to tell.
Well, can we tell how fast?
They're not getting any closer to you at the moment. They're keeping at a distance, but they are definitely following.
I mean, we could continue going the way we are, but if they're still going to be following us, then they're obviously not falling back any.
Indeed, do you have anything to add to this?
I know.
Okay.
I would just crash again.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's okay.
This is what happens when I move my tabletop simulator from one screen.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
I feel like if we keep going, we're going to have to keep moving, otherwise they will catch up to us.
Well, we haven't really stopped moving since we came out from underground.
Not really. You had that one short stop when you were concerned about you being followed by the first dust cloud that you spotted, but since then you haven't stopped.
Well, I mean, we really only have the two options. Do we keep moving or do we stop and see what they want?
Let's keep going and see if they can catch up. If they can catch up, then we'll just have to prepare for a fight.
Okay.
All right, very well. Oop, there goes the dice. Okay, so continuing driving for the next couple of hours, keeping a firm eye on what's following you. You notice, Roosh, that towards the end of the hour, one massive additional cloud merges in with the rest of them. This thing dwarfs the other three, sorry, and then it is beginning to get closer to you. This thing looks like a massive black dust storm just following you now.
Okay. This is not good.
What's happening?
It's getting bigger. It's now one big man.
Then I suggest we definitely do not stop. Can this thing go any faster, Mendel?
No, I'm already pushing it as fast as it'll go.
Well, if it gets much closer, we might have to actually stop and take a stand.
No, hell, I ain't stopping. If this thing's gonna come chasing us, we can just shoot it and keep on moving.
How are you at evasive maneuvering?
One way to find out, I suppose.
Well, I would currently feel more comfortable on the guns as opposed to actually driving, so go for it.
Very well, then. So, as you guys are preparing to fight, let me just do something here. 1 second. Just while I think of it, because I don't think you guys have actually got the stats for this thing. One thing I didn't think to add in last night. Note card. Oh. No, it doesn't work. That's alright. Here we go. No, it's not working. There we go. There's the stats for the bolter. So you can all check that out yourselves. If you want, you can make your own copy of that to utilize. I think if you right-click on it and go copy, it should...
Doesn't let me.
Doesn't it? Alright, hang on. There you go. There's a copy for you, a copy for you, and a copy for you. Alright, so you all got your copies?
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. Cool. This should help you guys out. Alright, so back into the game. So, as you can see, you have Mendel is on the helm, and there are 6 different eye rays. So each of you can man 2 each. So it'll be 2 disintegration, 2 aberration, and 2 paralyzing. You guys can decide how you want to divide up those weapons if you wish to man them.
Might be easiest if we just have 2 of the same.
Yeah. There's also a top hatch, which you can open up, and which will allow you to use any ranged spell attacks or range actual attacks you wish to use. And Stevie is also mounted on the outside, so he has his own special abilities, which he can use as events become known to you. All right, so as this third cloud begins to move up to you, you actually finally begin to, and I'm just going to set this thing up here. So let's just get you guys off the field. All right, so you have you guys moving along, and then as you are moving along Roosh, it finally begins to move into focus. You see coming up on your field of vision this fearsome looking war machine. A large metal behemoth with huge ballistae sticking out of it and a massive wrecking ball and claws sticking out of the front, looking like a giant tracked beast of the desert hunting its prey. And flanking it on all sides are 3 smaller vehicles that appear to be smaller variants of the same device. However, these only have 2 wheels. And as the larger one moves into range, you see a flash and a bolt comes screaming towards your beholder.
Dodge! Dodge! It's shooting at us!
Alright, so hang on. So it's an 18. There's a lot of 18s being rolled in this game. It's fantastic. 18 plus 5, so 23 to hit on the beholder. I believe that is a hit. Hull, yes, armor class 18. So you see a large harpoon, essentially, come flying straight towards. And as it approaches, it sticks into the rear hatch, and you hear Stevie go, "Whoa! What the hell?" And this, as the bolt pierces through, metal spikes shoot out of it, and it holds tight, and you are beginning to slow down. And I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. Oop, there goes my dice. I'll roll for Mandel for the beholder itself.
Well, this time I will remember to use my Dread Ambusher and add the +2.
Yeah, alright.
If you're using D&D Beyond, it's already in there. Or at least it should be.
Well, either way, the lowest for me would be 24.
Okay, cool. 4. What have you got? Well, Indy?
I rolled a 1, so it's 4.
The 4, okay.
No, wait, sorry, 5.
5, alright, cool. Alrighty, so, Nissa, you are up first. You are mounted on whatever guns you have decided to be mounted upon, there is also the hatch. There is a large harpoon cable which is stuck into your beholder mech and has opened up its claws and attached to you, slowing your movement.
Alright, so who's manning which thing?
Pick one and I'll take an empty one.
Yeah, there are 6 eye rays. You get to pick 2.
Well, since it's the top, I'll go disintegration.
Very good.
Do I take multiple shots or just one?
You get as many attacks with your beams as what you have attacks naturally. So how many attacks do you get?
Two.
2. So then you can fire 2 rays.
Alright, well, I will fire the first one at the harpoon.
Okay, so... And that's just a dexterity check for the harpoon, which it does not get. So essentially you line up the eye ray and just... And you cut the cable and you feel yourself now free. So, well done. That was a good decision there.
And my second shot, I'll take it the closest machine.
Okay. So it needs to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. And I think it gets a dodge as well, if I remember correctly. Juke. It's going to take a juke, so it gets advantage on this dexterity saving throw. Where's my other D20? There it is. 2 or 8. All right, so it's going to fail both of those. So you aim the beam and it hits. Roll your damage.
So it's 4d8. Which
4
ones are those
D8s.
again?
Yes, they're the double diamonds.
I only have 2, so I'll roll them,
Oh, hang on. Here
what,
we
4
go.
times?
Hang on. There you go. Yes, if you select them all and just go roll, it'll actually roll them for you.
Huh.
What's your total? 20 damage total. So, the beam hits this device, and you see a massive chunk of metal come flying off it, but it is still moving.
I was hoping that would do more damage.
Oh, it did a lot of damage. You see a massive chunk of it come off, but it is still moving. It is very badly damaged, however. It is now Mendel's turn. Mendel is... now, what we're going to be doing here is what's going to be called a rolling road. So, it's essentially going to be keeping pace. So, the movement of the miniatures won't actually move on the field. Imagine that the entire board is actually shifting. So, but Mendel is just going to do a dash move, which, with the speed of these creatures, is actually going to push you guys back slightly. And that will be all he can do. Next on the initiative, what was your initiative, Roosh? 9?
Right.
9, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. It's your turn then.
You waited until I had food in my mouth?
I can't tell. You got pushed to talk on. So yes, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to jump onto the innovation ray.
Yep.
And I will shoot a bolt at the thing in front
Mm-hmm.
and the big thing in the.
Okay, so one at each. All right, so this guy will continue. The one at the front is going to be continuing to juke. Hang on, is it a check for these things? Yeah, it's a saving throw.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay, Constitution saving throw. Hang on, my apologies. That's different.
Yeah, because this is necrotic damage.
Ooh, cool. All right, well, it's not a bonus there. So 1 second here. Let's roll the 1 dice. Here we go. 13 plus 1, which I don't believe is going to be enough. Nope, 15, so that fails. So it's taking 4d8 necrotic damage.
17 damage.
17 damage. You see the necrotic damage hit the vehicle in front, and you see it actually begin to rust, and it just and the device shatters. But flying off the device... hang on, this is going to reappear, isn't it? Fuck it. Disappearing into the dust. You see a green-skinned individual. And you're firing one at the big thing, yes?
Yeah.
Alrighty. No, that's a fail there, so roll your damage again.
Uh, 7 plus... Three.
So 10. There you go. Here's
10 damage.
There's some more dice for you, by the way, so you can roll it in one
Thank
go. You see the beam hit the vehicle, and it does not appear to have any effect. You see like a little bit of rust form on it, but this vehicle is incredibly badly rusted as it is, so it doesn't appear to have any real effect. All right.
So that would be a full action?
That's your attack. If you're doing the 2 beams, those are your 2 attacks.
Right.
Yeah. So you still have your move and a bonus action if you wish. Although you're inside a vehicle, so I'm not really sure where you're moving to. Is that all good?
Yeah, I don't have bless, so that'll have to be it.
Very good. Okay. The start of the turn, this guy falls off the map because he is unable to keep up with the road. This thing, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I believe this thing has got similar... Am I looking here? Yeah. So all of these things begin to move up closer. The big thing is going to fire 2 more ballistae at you. So 2 attacks. 18 and 19 to hit. What's the AC on the beholder? 15, I think.
The
14.
Oh, on the hull, not the tentacles.
Oh.
It has different armor classes for the different areas. It's aiming for the hull.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so it hits both of them hit the hull, and they are doing 2d8 apiece. So I'm just going to borrow your dice. A grand total of 14 points of damage, which your damage threshold is 10, so it does actually damage it. So the vehicle itself takes 14 points. These bolts do not appear to have the harpoon attached, so these things just stick straight into the hull and causing massive dents. This one here is going to.
Isn't Stevie attached to the back?
Sorry?
Isn't Stevie attached to the...
He is, yes. You're hearing him going, "Oh, shit!"
As long as he's not being harpooned to the actual hull.
Well, you don't know that yet. You haven't looked outside. So, but you're just hearing screams. And then you see small flashes come from the two smaller ones. That will hit this one. Ooh. All right, so it does 11 points of piercing damage. As you see, you hear a little pink, like a little tink hit the hull, and it actually puts a very small hole. You see like the hole about the size of a gold piece shoots straight through the rear hatch. And another one. That one, you see a ding, and just ricochets off. And that will be all the damage that they will be doing for this round. Indy, you're up.
Okay. I'd like to shoot at the...
Use your microphone so they can hear.
I want to use the
Indy. Microphone down. And then push the button to talk. That you can't use the disintegration ray because they've already been used. You've got the paralyzing ray.
Alright, paralyzing ray.
Okay, who are you targeting?
The big one.
Okay, so you fire off both shots of how many attacks do you get? 1 or 2 in your character? It'll just say actions, attacks.
I can take a bonus action on each turn.
But how many attacks do you get for the attack action?
2 weapons.
Attacks per action. 1. Thank you. So you can fire 1 beam. So you fire your single beam at the vehicle, and you hit it dead on, but it does not appear to have any effects on the vehicle. You get the feeling that paralyzing rays do not have effects on mechanical devices. Anything else? You have a bonus action?
The only bonus action is disengage.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alright, so back to the top. Nissa, you're up. Well, what's your initiative after the first round then, Nissa?
I didn't add the +2.
Oh, right, so it's still 24.
So, yeah, the 24 was without the +2.
Yeah, all good, all good.
I figured it wasn't really necessary when I rolled that high anyway.
Mm-hmm, no worries.
I'm going to aim for the big one.
Okay. So it's dexterity saves. 14 and 13. Both of those fail, so roll your damage.
First one is 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is 16.
16, nice. All right. See two massive chunks, the two beams hitting into this vehicle, but it appears to be very, very heavily armored. So you are doing damage to it, but it is still quite resistant to your attacks. Anything else?
No, I'm good for now.
Okay. Mendel, seeing these boys moving up on, he's going to attempt to get the vehicle off to the side. So 5, 10, 15, and it's going to drop back 5, 10.
I'll be back in 1 sec.
Sure. Alright, so that's all he is doing. Roosh, you're up.
I will fire. No, I have 2 eye stalks to shoot.
Correct.
Okay, so I will shoot 1 eye stalk at each of the small guys.
Okie dokie. And there's a con
So
save.
con save of 15.
So the first one fails. Second one fails. They both fail.
I also have 19 on the damage.
For both?
I can roll twice if you like.
Yeah, well, because it's 2 different beams, so...
$19 and $18.
19 and 18. Awesome. Also, this is about Tabletop Simulator. It has fantastically high dice rolling. So...
Well, I rolled a 10 last time, so
Right.
48.
That's true. That's true. Alrighty. Both vehicles, again, are looking incredibly hurt. So, good work there.
That's necrotic damage too. Just remember.
Yes. You see. As they're getting closer, you can actually see, and as you hit them, you see like the metal of their vehicle begins to like almost rust as you hit them. All right.
I'll hop off my ray gun and climb up to the top hatch and open it.
Okay. So you are now upon the hatch.
Yeah.
Very
Preparing to smack a boy.
good. Very good idea. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 25. So both the bikes move up to here, and then this one goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He actually hits this bike and just runs it over and destroys it. 30, 35, 40. So that one is destroyed. And you're really surprised. You see this this vehicle just roll up on and just destroy its own ally without any real sympathy, from what you can tell. The biker boy, seeing you pop the hatch, will pull out his pistol and he will take a shot directly at you. Not enough, because you got like a 21 in your armor, don't you? You're pretty beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, he's not having any of that. And you see the the battle wagon, on its side, it has this massive claw, and you see the claw begin to swing towards the beholder. It will make a attack.
I'm back.
Oh, we are not having that. That is bad.
All right, so it is a 21 to hit, so that definitely hits.
So what's going on?
The battle wagon is smashing your beholder with a massive wrecking ball.
Well, that's just rude.
It came in like a wrecking ball. Here we go. It does 32. So 36 bludgeoning damage. And because you are technically classed as an object, it does double that damage. So you take 72 points of bludgeoning damage as the beholder is just smacked like completely sideways. By the way, is anyone making note of how much damage your beholder's taken?
No.
Okay.
No.
I guess I should do that then.
The hull had 200
had-
to start.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We've taken 72.
We're definitely at around 100 now.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's just say that for the time being. All right, so you're not looking. Your device is not looking in great shape. Indy, you're up.
Okay. I take it I can only go for the. So, the one left would be the.
They can't hear you, Indy. Push the button.
I take it the only one that's left is the polarizing, right?
So I'll just fire at the remaining biker boy.
Okay.
If you want to swap eye ray guns, mine is currently empty, and that's the innovation ray.
True, but they have already been fired this round, so.
Okay, so it's the polarizing.
You got the
Right.
paralyzing ray. You can use that, or you can. There is space in the hatch if you want to go up top, and you can use your generic weapons if you wish, or your spells.
What about the magical attack, the one before the...
Which one?
That's the blurb for each of the eye rays.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll go up.
All right. So, Indy climbs atop the beholder with Roosh. And what are you doing?
I'll shoot one of the the disengaging ray.
You can't use the disintegration ray because that's already been fired this round by. And you've got to stay inside the vehicle if you are going to use your rays.
Alright, one of the eyes. The magical eye.
That's what the rays are. You've got the paralyzing rays, are the only two that are remaining if you wish to use them.
Alright, polarizing ray.
Alright, and who are you targeting?
One of the guy on the bike.
Okay, there we go. What do we got here? So, the rider making a Constitution saving throw. You see him stiffen up and go, "Arr!" and then you see the bike begin to wobble, and then it falls over and falls back, and you see the rider go flying off. So congratulations, you took him out. Because being paralyzed while riding a motorcycle is not a good thing. Is that all you wish?
Something very dangerous to do.
Yes. Is that all you wish to do, my dear?
Yeah, I'll disengage the attack.
Okay, very well done. Okay, back to the top. Nissa.
I'll attack the thing again.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I need to do this, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I keep forgetting this is all me. So 2 rays, 17 and 9. So one hits full and one partially hits. So this will be for your full damage. So 21 points for the full one. And roll again for the half. Ooh, not bad. Alright. See, massive chunks of this thing are flying off, but it is still doing quite well for itself. Alright. Mendel. Oh, is there anything else you wish to do, Dissa?
No, I think I'm good for now.
Okay. Mandel is going to, seeing this thing is overtaking you, he's actually just going to slam on the brakes. So this, you see the mech just go flying back. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And so it goes. You end up basically flying right to the edge of the map, and you see this thing just go flying off into the distance. The wrecking ball goes for a swing, but you move so quickly backwards out of its range that it has absolutely no recourse to hit you guys. And that will be all he will do. Roosh.
How far away is it from us?
It's about 100 feet now.
That's not helpful.
Pardon?
That's not helpful.
Right.
I will close the hatch
Okay.
and go back to my ray gun and shoot it again, I suppose.
Okay. Zap, zap. I think this one gets... 1 second. No, that's right, that's right. It might get advantage on these, but no. Alright, so hang on. So 20 and 6.
I also rolled a 20 for that first shot.
Ooh. So it does 10 damage for the first one, because it passed.
And then I rolled 12 damage for the second one.
12 for the next one. So it takes all of that. So 8, 2. Alright. Yeah. You see now behind this thing, as you're now because you've dropped back, you're now, everything is obscured in the smoke. It is now incredibly difficult to see. But sorry, with the naked eye, I should say. But using the periscope and the scopes attached to the eyes, you're actually able to make out some of the detail, not all, but some.
Part of the reason why I came back down the hatch, because it was getting stinky out there.
You see the wagon, it stops its movements. It moves forward a little bit and then stops. It then turns itself around and fires 2 harpoon bolts at you. Both of those will hit because they'll be higher than 18. These are solids. They're not. What's the word I'm looking for? Not tethered, I should say. These are more like cannon shells than harpoons. So doing 4d8 total damage. I should actually roll them as individuals, because if it does less than 10 damage to you, it doesn't do any damage at all. But I'm going to say that's actually what's happened here. So,
Are you attacking the hull or the helm?
the hull.
Okay.
Yeah, these boys aren't smart enough to actually target specific things. They're just going for the main box, as it were. And you hear off in the distance now, you hear, "Wah!"
That got cut off then.
Okay, fine. Indy, your turn.
Can I see any of the boys in the hatch or anything?
If you pop the hatch, you can make a perception check if you want to try and see any of them.
Okay.
I will make a perception check to see if I can see any boys on the tank thing.
Okay.
What did I roll? Oh, 16, I think.
Yeah, okay. With the 16, you're able to make out there are at least 6 orc boys hanging out on the hull of this vehicle.
I'd like to use my vine whip to try and get one, if that's possible.
You're about 120 feet away, so I'm not sure you've got the range.
Yeah, vine whip isn't that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 30 feet. I've got.
So you can,
well,
you can get out and walk if you want to try and get closer to it.
I suppose I could use like paralyzing ray and focus on one.
Yeah, you can do that if you like.
I'll do that. I'll use paralyzing ray, and what the guys I've seen, I'll focus it on that.
Because they're on the larger vehicle, I'm just going to give them advantage on the save because you may not be able to hit them. So for the first one, yep, it passes, and for the second one, yeah. So unfortunately, they both managed to pass. Like they see the beams coming towards them, but with all the smoke and the different bits and pieces, the beams end up hitting different parts of the hull. So unfortunately, it is ineffective in this instance. Anything else?
I might just hide and disengage again.
Okay, so you are disengaging inside your beholder. Very good. All right, back to the top. Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna keep shooting them.
All right. Beam. 20 and 18. So both hit, but we'll be doing. Hang on. Do they do damage when it passes? Yeah, it's half damage, isn't it? Oh no, if it passes, it actually fails completely. It's not like the aberration ray, which does half as much. So the disintegration rays are an all or nothing.
In that case, they're nothing if they pass.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, like, so I'd say, like, the beams hit, but they don't hit anything vital. So it just disintegrates stuff away, but it doesn't actually cause any damage to the vehicle itself, unfortunately. Roosh, you're up.
Let's roll some D8s and D20s, Tim.
All right. 14 and 19, so one pass, one fail.
25 damage for the first one,
Whoa, crap.
and 21 for the second one.
All right.
What
cool.
did you do?
Oh, there's this big pile of green dice just fell down in the center of the table.
Sorry, that was my fault.
You're throwing Mendel's dice at us, you fool.
I forgot when I threw them off the table. They went
They
straight.
reappear, yeah.
I just found something really cool too. I accidentally pushed R while I had my D8 selected and it automatically rolled for me.
Oh, that's cool. So you just highlight it and push R. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot simpler.
Oh,
Alrighty. So yeah, learning new things all the time. Okay, so you see more chunks of this vehicle start flailing off. It's now its turn. You see smoke start to billow out of the smokestacks even harder than before. And then...
How is this humanly possible?
What? How is what humanly possible? What are you talking about?
It was smoky enough beforehand. How can it get more and more smoky?
Because they're pushing their foot down on the accelerator even harder. You see smoke bring up, and then it goes... It's now ramming at you. I'm just going to reposition.
Evasive maneuvers!
Yeah, so I'm just going to reposition.
You took my die.
Yeah, well, stop putting your dice in my box. And the vehicle smashes straight into you. Okay, so it's a melee weapon attack with a +9 to hit. Oh, hang on, that's wrong. I just found out there's a way to actually that 19 there. If you go rotation value and then click the number, it just rolls to it. So I was rolling the dice and then I accidentally clicked on the 19 and it automatically rolled the 19. But here we go. So 14 is the number that is actually rolled instead of my cheating roll. +9, so that is a 23 on the hull of your beholder, which I believe is a hit.
It is.
Okay. This does 66 plus 4. Uh, 30 points of magical piercing damage.
Who's keeping track of the damage?
I am. Also, if no one else is. Alright.
So where are we at on damage then for us?
You're at 130 points of damage done to your own vehicle. The wrecking ball really messed you up. Indy, you're up.
okay.
I'll do the same attack as I did before, see if I can see any guys. Do I need to do another perception?
Oh no, they're right in your face now, so you can definitely see them now.
Yeah. How many can I see? Just the 2?
You can see 6. You can still see the 6 with the beams.
I will.
I'll paralyze attack them.
Okay, it's attempting to paralyze. So the first one fails, so it's paralyzed, and the second one fails. So yeah, so you see 2 of the orcs on the vehicle. They just sort of stiffen up and fall down.
Woohoo!
Okay. And that is it for you, Indy?
Sure, I'll, disengage now.
Sure. You people are all being treated to the fantastic sight of a halfling rogue librarian inside of a tank disengaging from the weapons which she utilizes. A very rare
Ooh.
sight. Back to the top. Nissa, you're up.
Well, I might actually aim for the orcs this time.
Okay.
So make you.
So disintegration rays, yeah.
Yep.
It's dexterity, isn't it?
Yep.
Orc. They have +1 to dex, so that first one passes, and the second one fails. So you hit one orc square in the chest with the disintegration ray. Roll your damage.
$25.
25. You see an orc there, and then suddenly there is no orc anymore. One dead orc to you. Well done. Mendel is going to... He's actually going to fly the beholder over the top of the vehicle. And that will be all that he will do for the time being. Yep. Oh, hang on. Going a little further away with that. Okay. That's Roosh, you're up.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Swivel the ice stalks and pew pew.
Pew pew.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the table.
Alright, so the first one. 18. So the first one is a half. So a half and a full.
So 24 for the first one, so 12.
Cool.
And 11 for the second one. Jeep.
So 23. Alright.
And sorry, I forgot to mention this, but I got distracted. I'm targeting the wrecking ball specifically. I don't want that thing hitting us again.
Okie dokie, I will.
I want it to fall off, or break, or destroy, or something. I do not want it hitting us again, or the claw, or whatever it was that smacked us around like crazy.
Okay, yeah, it was the wrecking ball. You are attempting to target it. Unfortunately, you are unable to hit it directly in this instance.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's a sound strategy.
It is a good strategy. Yes, it's not a bad idea. All right. It's now its turn. So it's now going to have to go and turn itself around. So it's going to go to there, to there, to there, and then come back. And you're going to be met with your best friend again, Monsieur Wrecking Ball, unfortunately, for you. So here comes the pain. Oh, no! Oh, no, that's still pretty good, actually. It's +9 to hit. So 18 to hit, which I believe...
That's the AC.
That's your AC? Here it comes again. You're taking 38, 74. Yeah, you're over the 200. So the wrecking ball swings and literally just smashes the beholder, it rips a huge hole in the side of the hull, and the whole thing just goes flying.
Do the eye stalks still work?
Most of them are missing currently. They've actually been completely ripped off with the smash of this device. So I'm gonna lay down. There we go. Like, fucking fall over. And you see Stevie go, oh! He comes falling off the device as well. So all of you are...
Shouldn't Stevie have been getting attacks as well?
So, you know, he's very nimble. So, shush.
Oh, as in he gets to hit them when they're close.
Yeah.
Oh, his physical attacks wouldn't have been any use on this thing. He has something else that he can do to the boys, as it were, but that's all that he can actually do at this stage. Where'd Mendel go? Oh, there he is. Alright. Indy, you're up.
Am I able to get out of the build?
You are able to get out, yes. And remember to push the button if you need to talk.
I wish to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any of the guys?
Yes. Give me 1 second here. Nope, wrong one. So these boys are, hang on, mounted on. There are two. There's one who's currently asleep. There are 4 on the back. There are 2 you can see in the cabin. And the other 2, one of them was disintegrated and the other one is asleep.
I take it if someone's asleep, I instantly hit them.
Yes. Well, you get advantage on the attack. What are you trying to do, by the way?
They are still on a moving vehicle, though, aren't they?
They are mounted upon a vehicle. They get cover as well.
Oh, okay.
Actually, if they're just gonna go, I'll just target one with my vine whip and bring it closer to
You
me.
need to be 30. You need to get closer to it. So to crawl out of the vehicle, it's going to take half your movement. So you're only going to get 3 squares of movement.
So
Not close enough.
Correct. You can use your bonus action to dash if you want, but
In that case, maybe I won't do that. I'll just do the paralyzing thing.
it's broken.
It's all broken.
It's all broken. The whole.
It's
thing.
all broken.
The whole machine's smashed.
I thought. What about my longbow? That's pretty.
Yep, your longbow is still fully functional.
All right. I will go for my longbow on whichever is easiest, I guess.
So it's one of the boys on the back. Okay, so roll your attack.
So 11
plus. It's
proficiency bonus. So.
It should be in your attacks. Whatever your +5. I think it's like +5 or something like that, isn't it?
I think it's +4.
+4, so 15. That will be enough to hit. So roll your damage.
1d8 +4. Sorry, I will actually just roll.
Like I said, if you just put your cursor over it and just hit the R button and it rolls it automatically. There you go, then just put the highlight on it. So 7 + 4. So 11 points. All right, cool. So you see the arrow sticks into this body. It goes, oi, hello. But he's, and you see the other orcs going. Anything else?
No, just going to hide under the rubble.
Okay. Nissa, you're up.
Hang on. Would a vehicle be hindered by difficult terrain?
It can sometimes, but this is a very large vehicle. This thing's like at least 3 times the size. This thing, now that you're actually seeing it, looks more like a moving building than it does actually any kind of vehicle you've ever seen before.
Then that probably won't work. I'm just gonna get my longbow and attack one of the other orcs that I can see.
Okay, make an attack. Oh! Beautiful! So you're doing your max damage plus... So roll your
So
damage.
1d8 plus 3 is the damage.
So you're doing 11 damage right off the bat, so now you roll your extra d8.
Oh.
Ah! That's a shame.
Do I still get the plus 3 on that one?
No, you only get the plus 3 once. Which one were you targeting, by the way? Was the same one that Indy targeted, or a different one?
Is the one Indy targeted the closest?
Yes, actually it would be.
Then yes.
Yeah, so you just go and just push, he's dead. Yeah, he's up there going, oi, what the hell you... And then he's dead.
And I have 2 attacks per action.
Yep, so you can make another attack. Yep.
So I'll go for the next closest.
Mm-hmm.
That's plus 6 to hit.
So 11, not enough, unfortunately.
I'm pretty sure that's it. I did get up on top of the thing, by the way. I wasn't
Yeah,
inside still.
Yeah, I get
My
that.
movement was to get out of the
Yeah,
vehicle.
that's fair enough. Yeah, essentially, you can take you can get out of the vehicle with half your movement in this instance.
Well, I'm not going to move it away from the vehicle just because I know they're still moving, and I'd rather not get squished.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, Roosh, you're up.
I'm going to scramble after Nissa, and she fired
She fired a what? Sorry.
a bow.
She did, yes.
I'm going to put my hands on her quiver behind her back and cast Elemental Weapon.
Ooh.
So her weapon is now a magical weapon dealing 1d4 extra acid damage.
Nice. Oh, hang on, I skipped over Mendel. Just for the time being, we'll say that he's pinned in the cockpit. But I'll use Stevie for his initiative point. So Stevie will stand himself up and dust himself off, and he will go, "Hey, no one hurts my friends!" And he's going to charge off towards the machine.
If I have any movement left after I've cast my spell, I'll go and try and help Mendel out of the wreck.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. Alright, so now it's their turn. They will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You see them actually slowing down. They're actually moving. Ha ha! There's the... All right. Moving up. And you see them training their weapons on you. And then you see the vehicle comes to a halt. And the top hatch opens up. And you see this character steps out on top. And he goes, "I is Big Boss War Guts Blood Nuts. You is in my territory. Surrender now and hand over all your shiny gubbins." And that is all that he does for his turn.
Nissa replies something very.
But unfortunately, she can't say what it is because her mother's in the room.
Exactly.
Very well.
What's a gubbin?
Your turn, Indy.
Yeah, I wish.
Button.
Okay.
I wish to try and get in that 30. Let's move closer
Well,
to
you're
him if I
definitely
can.
you're definitely within 30 now. You're like 15 feet away from him.
Well, in that case, I wish to vine with that guy that spoke.
Okay. Roll an attack. There you go, this one. Hit R. Just put your finger on it and push R. There you go.
12 plus 4.
I rolled 16. So hit.
16 hits. That is the magic number. So you hit him. So you attempted to do damage, or are you attempting to pull him down?
I think I can do both, right? Or...
No, that's the way it's set up. You can either pull towards or do damage. Either you can't do both.
I wish to pull towards me. I want to
Okay.
fight him.
All right. So you, how far do you pull him forward?
In front of me.
How far? It says on your attack how far it lets you pull.
Sorry. Does he have a?
He has a few weapons on him, yes, but he wasn't
Oh.
wielding them at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
He's currently standing on a giant fuck off weapon.
He's 10 feet closer.
Okay, so you whip around him, you pull him 10 feet towards you. He falls 30 feet off his own battle wagon to the ground. So he goes, "Ah!" So he's going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he falls off the wagon.
How big exactly are these things?
They are regular. This one here is probably about 3 times your height now that you see him close up.
Are you sure you wanted to pull him down here?
Shut him up.
Now I can hit him.
Nista, it's your turn.
Right, well, I'm going to just shoot him.
Okay. That will hit.
It's like,
Oh,
it's
you
like-
get it. You also get advantage because he is prone. So roll again in case you get the natural 20.
25 or...
Yeah. So, but yeah, they both hit, but no critical.
5 damage.
5 damage, okay.
Don't
And
forget
I will
your
take my second
1d4
shot.
of acid damage.
Oh yes, roll your 1d4.
And that is plus 3 acid damage.
Plus 3, so 8 total.
Yep, and my second shot as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Is this one also with advantage?
Also with advantage because he's prone.
So
Yep, that will hit.
So 10 regular damage and 1 acid damage.
10 regular and 1 acid.
Georgia, my
Yes.
spell makes your weapon like a +1 weapon.
Oh, so she does an extra 2
So
damage.
you have an extra 2 damage plus the. So you have +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and the 4 acid damage.
Okay, so
I've
that's...
already taken into account. You did 21 total in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, he's taken 21 total, I should say. Sorry. All right. He's not happy with that. Stevie. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now, Stevie... look up his stats for a second because he has a special ability.
Ooh, Stevie.
Yes. He can shoot gas out of his head.
That's a new definition for brain fart for sure.
Yep. Yeah. So he has a paralysis gas. Pentadrone exhales a 30-foot cone of gas. Each creature in the area must succeed in a DC 11 Constitution saving throw or be paralyzed. So he's going to attempt to. He's going to spray the war boss with the gas and attempt to paralyze him. So I'm just going to borrow your dice here, Georgia. He passes. So unfortunately, he goes, "Hey, get off my friend!" Starts spraying him with this gas, and unfortunately, it has no effect upon him. And that'll be all for his turn. Roosh, you are up.
I was helping Mandel get out of the wreckage of the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me.
No, it is not. Hang on.
Yeah. All right. You're checking on him. He is okay. He's just been knocked unconscious by the crash. So.
All right. I will then crawl into a position where I can see what's going on. Probably out towards the
Oh no. There we go. Beautiful. Cool. Holding an action, taking an action, anything?
Probably just shout at him really angrily about him breaking our right.
Yeah, fair enough then. Okay. Alright, so it's their turn now. He is going to stand up and he's going to look at the boys and just say, and all the boys on the wagon are currently laughing at him, and just go, "Shut up! These ones are mine." And he's going to take a step forward towards Indy. And now you have Polar Master, don't you?
I do.
Does that give you a reaction when someone moves into your reach, or just...
It does.
Yeah,
Yes.
so if you wish to attempt to stab him, you may.
Hang on. Where did it go? Okay, where's my dice? And that's +3.
It was 3. So
It's 15?
15. Unfortunately, not enough. So you hit him with your spear, or with your trident, but unfortunately it
Glaive.
yeah, that thing. Your pointy stick. You hit him with that, but unfortunately it isn't enough to pierce the armor where you hit him. He approaches up to Indy and goes, "Oh, you think that vine's funny? Why don't you try this?" And he picks up his axe and he attempts to whack her with it. So 7, 13 to hit.
Oh, what was I? I'm at armor 17.
All right, so he fails to hit you. And then he takes a second attack with the axe as well. Natural 20 on that one.
No, that got me.
So he does. Okay. Alright, so he does 12. So he does 20 damage right off the bat. 24 damage right off the bat.
Okay.
What am I?
So it's 12 plus d8 plus 4.
Well, 12 plus 8 plus 4.
Yeah, so 24.
24
24
is fine.
is fine.
Okay.
I'm still there.
Alright, plus a 12 and 8 for plus 15, so 39 slashing damage.
Alright, that killed me. I was just gonna try that same thing again with the other boys too. Oh.
So he goes, "Oh, so you think that's funny then? Well, take that."
He had no sense of humor.
And just smashes you right off the table.
Oh, okay.
So how many hit points did you have total?
I have a 33 hit points.
Oh, okay. So you're not dead. All right, cool.
No. I had 33 max. I was at max health, which is 33 plus he took 39. You said.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but if he did double to yours, he would have instantly killed you. I wasn't sure whether that's
No, he didn't kill me.
All right. So you see this orc just stomp up and just smash Indy and just knock her unconscious in one hit. And you see all the boys on the wagon go, "Wah!"
I missed that.
Go what?
Wow.
I think the yelling is when it cuts out.
Yeah, it peaks. It peaks out my mic and shuts it down on Discord. But I'm fairly certain it'll be recorded in the recording, so we'll find out. Anyway, that is it for them. It would be Indy's turn now, so roll a d20, Indy. It's your first death save.
Where's the death dice?
Here. Press R.
Wait, that wasn't really.
No, just an R. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Oh shit!
Did I die?
No, but you failed 2 death saves.
Oh, stop.
So one more and you're dead.
No. That was bad.
That's about as worse as you can get. Okay. How'd you do that? I don't know how you flip that thing upside down.
Right click and hit flip.
Oh, cool. There you go. That's awesome. All right. Nissa, you're up.
Now, if I move away, he gets an opportunity, doesn't he?
Correct. Unless you use the disengage action.
But that's my full action, wouldn't it?
Correct, because you're not a rogue.
Well, I'm going to risk it.
Okay. He makes his opportunity attack on you.
That's my AC.
Okay, so... Take 15 points of slashing damage.
I'm going to attack with the longbow.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay.
That's a miss. You get your second attack. That hits.
Much. So that's +1 to attack as well with the
Yeah, so
extra.
it's 20 total, so yeah, it hits regardless.
20 total +6 to hit as well, so 20.
Yeah.
And then 1 to damage. That is the D8 +3. Where did that go?
It's just, any one of these. So D8 plus, and then that one there.
And then that as well.
Yeah. So.
So 6 plus 3.
14. It's +3 +1 to the damage for the magic. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 14 points. All right. So the arrow sticks into him and he just looks at you and goes, "Oh, fine. You're next then." Roosh, you're up.
Alright. Where exactly is Indy's body?
Right beside where Roosh is standing.
That's me.
Sorry. Where Nis is standing. Sorry.
You're like 10 feet away. You can still get there if you get out of the
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll take you 15 feet of movement to get out of the vehicle, though. So.
I suggest you get out on the other side of me. Just saying.
If I get out on the other side of you, I can't reach Indy.
Where is...
No, you could get out here if you wanted to. You'd be within range of Indy.
Yeah, but then I can't stand between her and the orc.
True.
a very hard-hitting orc?
This is why I have 21 AC.
Yeah, that's why she has a shitload of armor.
I am the tank. You do not
yes.
send the glass cannons out first. You send the tank out first. Alright, I will cast Spare the Dying on Indy.
Okay, so she is stabilized.
And I will tell the orc that he has terribly bad manners for making new friends.
He just grins at you.
Get back in your wagon and go away before I make you regret.
He laughs. You is funny for a little one.
Not sure if that's a compliment or not. No response.
Any other action? Bonus actions? Anything?
I don't really have any bonus actions at this point in time, I don't think.
All right. Stevie will step up and attempt to attack this guy, which is going to be friggin' hilarious. He gets 5 attacks though. So...
Five ways to slap him.
Yeah. You basically see him come. He turns into a giant pinwheel and just starts whacking. Is that a D20? No, it's a D12. Where's the other D20? There we go. Alright, what do we got here? And it's a +4 to each hit. So it's a miss, a miss, a miss, a hit, and a hit. So he gets 2 hits. 5 plus 2. So he does 9 points of bitch slap damage to the to the boss, and I'll see whether his gas recharges. It does not. All right. So he just walks up and just slaps the orc several times in the back of the head. All right. It is now his turn. He will take one attack apiece. He'll attack Stevie for one and you for the other. Actually, no, because Stevie was being a pain in the ass. He's actually just going to attack Stevie both times. Yes, and no. So one hit, and he's going to use his bonus attack damage in this round. So was it 2d8 plus 12? So it is 7 plus 4, so 11 points of damage to Stevie. See if he goes, ah, damn it! All right. Indy, I believe it's your turn. No, Roosh.
Is it my turn again already?
Did I do that right?
Wasn't I after the orcs?
Sorry, I think I've messed up the order here. Give me a second here. All right, so hang on. So,
Because Stevie was taking Mendel's
Mandel's
positions.
slot. So he was the initiative 18. Now, it should go realistically. It should go Nissa, Stevie, Roosh, the orcs, Indy. Yeah, sorry, it's Nissa's turn again. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep shooting.
Okay. Oh!
Nissa just gets this big grin on her face.
Oh, he's got his back turned to you, so you got him right in the back of the head.
Does that count as a sneak attack?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you get. Well, no, because you're not a rogue. You don't get sneak attack.
Alright, so that's the 1d8 plus 3 is the max damage.
Yeah, so you get so you get
That'd
12,
be-
12 damage plus whatever your regular plus is, so plus 3. So you get 15 damage right off the bat, then you roll and add those.
Ignore the...
yeah, that's right. So 15 plus 9, so 24 points of damage. Nice. Your next one?
Plus 6 plus 1.
Yep, that
So-
will hit. Yep. So 12 plus 3, isn't it? So your damage? What's your regular plus on your bow? It's plus 1 to that, so it's 12. What's your generic plus on your longbow? Hello?
Oh, my.
Have I lost everyone here, or what's happening?
Hello?
Oh, there you go. There you are.
No, still here.
Sorry.
So my base damage is 1d8 plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, cool. So you've done a total. It's 15 points to that one. All right, cool. Nicely done. All right.
You there?
Yeah, you're sort of blinking in and out a little bit.
Hmm.
All right, anything else you wish to do?
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. All right. Let's get this order back the way it should be. So now it should be Stevie's turn. So Stevie will attempt to slap the dude again. And a natural 20. So he hits him once with a beautiful slap to the face this time. Doing 12 plus 2. So 14 points. Go Stevie.
I'm just gonna go charge my phone.
Cool. All right, that is it for Stevie. Roosh, you're up.
The orc is distracted.
You get flanking at this stage, yes.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about the orc was facing away from me.
That too, yes.
All right. I guess you're in here for the fight. Okay then. I'ma stab him
Okay, stab
with
away.
my spear.
Spear away.
I'm using this two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 plus 5.
That will hit.
I'll just go with that number. 5 plus 2. And I will smite.
Ooh. Here comes the smite.
A Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, not a Constitution saving throw. 7 plus not enough, I think. Plus 4. So 11.
Not enough.
Okay.
Alright, let me get some D6. Six smite damage. Hang on, I push the talk button, refreshes my page, it goes back in my page, so I've accidentally gone back out of D&D Beyond, so I have to go back in and find the actual thing.
Well, let me know, because this could be pretty good.
So 6 fire damage and causes the target to ignite in flames at the end of each of its turns until the spell ends. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 2d6 fire damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. If the target or creature within 5 feet of it uses an action to put out the flames or some other effect douses the flames.
All right. So
He on fire.
He on fire. As you basically you see Stevie spinning like a pinwheel, just slapping this orc, and the orc goes to hit him. You grab your spear, you shove it into his back. You manage to find a gap in the armor. You push it all the way through, up through his skull, and ignite. His head bursts into flame and explodes, and his entire body goes. And you're left just on your spear. You're left holding an armored scarecrow of what was once the war boss, and all the other orcs are standing there going.
Who's next?
And as the orcs look at you, holding the body of their war boss, they go, "Hail the new war boss! War!" And that will be where we will leave this session.